What's going on, Tamers? It's your boy Adrian back again with another Tamers Battle League Meta Snapshot. We're doing Season 2, Week 13, and I gotta shout out my boy Varney because he went to the lab and he developed this gorgeous little page that you see here, which gets all my information in one spot so I can easily just go over everything that I need to go over because I am a technological illiterate fool. So shout out to Varney. As you can see, we have our top four to the right. Numamon took it first place, Security Control second, Beelzemon third, and Red Hybrid rounding off the top four. But we did have, it looks like 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that 12 or 13? 13 players, 3 rounds. BT15, starter 17 format. You can see all the information there. So there still is a pretty good variety in the TBL. I like seeing that Justimon, brave man. Justimon is one of my pet decks that I'm working on right now with all the new support that we got from BT15. Still waiting for that Cyberdramon ace, but the dream is real, so we're gonna keep it alive. But 13 players is pretty good, I think, especially for like a webcam tournament. I personally am not a fan of webcam, but it does give you another avenue to play. So I do want to shout out all those participants that we get on a consistent basis. You guys are the best. Unfortunately, I have yet to participate in a TBL, but I plan on doing so hopefully soon. What I definitely want to start doing is helping commentate on these events. So that's definitely going to be in the works. But for now, let's get into our top four. Let's break it down. We have seen these decks before, some of the usual suspects that we have here, but I just kind of want to go and look at the list and see if there's any surprises, anything new that we might have, or if anybody made any adjustments. So let's take a look at that real quick. So the first deck we're looking at is our 4th place finish. Chrome, shout out to Chrome. He took Red Hybrid to top 4 here, finished 4th place overall. I mean, I got to be careful when I say standard list. I don't want to get yelled at by a certain someone. But this does look like your prototypical, which is a synonym for standard, I guess. Your prototypical Red Hybrid list. The Ukamon is still here, Gravity Crushes. You have all of your Flame Mons for searching, for grabbing Tamers and pieces. You have your Takuyas. Is it offensive training? Yeah, offensive training, Crimson Blaze, Atomic Inferno. Yeah, I mean, this is pretty much the same list that we went over, whether it was last week or a couple weeks ago when Red Hybrid made a top. I do like the Garudamon Ace. I think that's a really interesting tech choice. It is up for debate. When it comes to aces, I really, like I've said many times before, I really do prefer Mega Aces, but Ultimate Aces as a one-of, I could totally see, because if you like to run, 8, or if you like to run 9 ultimates, you can have your 4 and 4 and then your 1 ace, or you can have your 4 and 3 and then your 1 ace, just to give you those ratios. So I think 1 ultimate ace is really nice. It gives you that extension. Red Hybrid is a very low to the ground deck, so you're going to be punching with a lot of champions here and there. So having that Garudamon ace to go into over like a Burning Greymon or something, or a Nagunimon, it could definitely be valuable. Blitz Omni for a game, great card. Yeah, I mean, this is your standard Red Hybrid deck. I know Ukamon adds a lot to it. I'm surprised no 5th egg. That might just be a consistency thing. How do you like your eggs? Do you like them 4 or do you like them 5? I do not like green eggs and ham. I do not like them, Sam. I am. When playing Ukamon, I do like 5 eggs, but that's just me. Yeah, so shout out to Chrome for a top 4 with Red Hybrid. So let's get into the next deck here. So this is 3rd place Beelzemon from Coach. Now, as you can see, the eyesore on the page there is the Dorumon. So I asked why this Dorumon was in the list, if this was a mistake. Apparently, Coach is a huge Dorumon fan and always plays at least 1 Dorumon in all of his decks. I think that is amazing, so I am going to start doing that also. In my non-blue decks, you will see a blue jamming Vmon in every single deck list that I ever make or decide to upload or decide to play, unless it's like a regional or nationals or something like that. But for locals and stuff, I'm always going to have 1 blue Vmon in there, jamming Vmon from BT3, because that's my boy. So shout out to Coach for just doing what he wants. To be fair, though, I mean, Doraemon does search for Beelzemon X, so it's not like a useless card. But I digress. Beelzemon, yeah. Seeing the Ruin mode at the top end is really interesting. I think a lot of the times people forget that Ruin mode is also purple. But I could definitely see that benefit, passing over after you've checked so much with Beelzemon and Beelzemon X. If you want to just go ahead, like if you can't kill your opponent for some reason and you want to go ahead and just time walk them, you just slam the Ruin mode on the table, Digivolve over a level 6, and just give them that blanket negative 5k DP, and then next turn you essentially win the game. Beelzemon does have a really easy time checking multiple securities in one turn, especially with Blast mode. Obviously, you can't go over your Blast mode with the Ruin mode. But seeing that combination of going over a level 6 to pass turn and to go ahead and give you some staying ability is really interesting. I do like that tech. That would be a tech choice in my opinion. 2 EX2 Beelzemons. Okay, you probably, yeah. I mean, that's fine. I think any number of them is okay at this point. He's playing a variety of Beelzemons. 6 level 6s is fine. You don't want to be too clogged with them. But this is kind of like a non-traditional type build deck because you're relying so much on your trash and what's being milled. So I'm okay with ratios being a little weird in these types of decks, but he got 3rd place, so to each his own. And shout out to Coach for pulling this one out. I wonder I gotta ask either in Discord or somewhere in chat. I wonder if the Doraemon ever came up as just like a hard slam and actually search him the target that he needed. I'm just curious. That would be so cool if that was the case. Rivals, Deathslinger, 7th, what is it, 7, full, whatever the name of that card is, was like full. I can't even read because that 2 is there. But, yeah, the one that activates in trash. We don't need to know names. We just need to know what the cards do, right? Yeah, Beelzemon, good purple deck. This is probably the type of purple deck I would play. I don't have enough brain to play the purple decks of today right now. So shout out to Coach for getting 3rd. And then our 2nd place deck here is Setcon by Nolan. Yeah, I mean, not really much to talk about. It's security control. This is my least favorite deck to play against. It's good at what it does. I do like the Avenge Kid. You're playing obviously a lot of options, so being able to shuffle the options back into the deck is really nice. Avenge Kid is not a purple Digimon, so I don't think Lament of Friendship can grab him, but being able to have that one of just to kind of give you a reset is really nice. Digimon Emperor is kind of popping out at me here. That card's going to see, I think, a rise in play coming up pretty soon. I think it's a really good tech option. It is a white tamer, so it might not have a lot of synergies with certain decks, but being able to kind of slow your opponent down and force them to build in raising past a rookie so they don't promote a rookie, because if they promote a rookie they lose 2 memory, and these stack, so obviously he's playing 2, so this is like the perfect deck to include Digimon Emperor, because you want to stall your opponent out, right? Like you want to, you want them to lose, not, it's, what I'm saying? Like you want them to play into a certain thing. So this is like the perfect way of kind of mitigating early aggression if you can't get your stuff set up, or if you're not getting the best security bombs that you need. And also if a level 5 or lower Digimon is deleted on your opponent's turn, you can suspend a draw, which is really good. I was playing Digimon Emperor online in one of the decks I've been testing for going into BT16, and I was playing against Dark Masters. And a lot of the level 5s have end of turn delete, so I was just drawing for days off of Digimon Emperor. You're never going to get the memory gain because they're all level 5s or higher, but it's nice to have some draw power. But yeah, I mean, security control is security control. People's going to have to start splashing some red for ADP. That's the only solution I have. Either just rush them down and just try to swing through all the bombs, or just play some ADPs, I guess. I mean, there's really not much else you could do. But I do like the Avenge Kid. I do like the Digimon Emperor. I think those are really good tech options. But this is good. I mean, Shadow Seraphimon is still a boss of a card. The one of a Zulongmon Ace is really nice. You can Digivolve, you can blast over, you know, your Magna Angemons or your Angelwomons. You do have to be careful because that's a huge overflow stack. You're getting 3 from the Ultimate and 4 from the Mega. So you got to be super careful that it doesn't get deleted because that's 7 memory you're going to swing to your opponent. But other than that, I mean, yeah. Secon is Secon. So moving on to our winner, Numamon, Walter, and yeah, like I said, we've talked about some of these decks before, so there's not really much new stuff to go over. It's just kind of rehashing older things. I'm just kind of giving this a quick visual scan, and the first thing that jumps out at me is the Louis. I love Louis as a tamer, like the way it's designed. To me, it's kind of like adjacent hybrid for game. If you have a rookie in raising, you slam him on the table for 3, promote, suspend, gain that memory. So essentially, you're pushing another attacker onto the board for 2 memory, which is the equivalent of having a hybrid, and you don't lose your tamer. So if you do that earlier in the game, like to promote a rookie, in combination with Ukamon, obviously, because you see the 4 Ukamons in the list, you could just kind of steamroll and just gain a whole bunch of memory and sift through your eggs super quick. But earlier in the game, promoting and getting that on-board aggression, early, low-to-the-ground aggression, and still having your tamers for utilization later. A lot of the times with hybrids, like especially if you're doing hybrid for game, if you don't win that turn, you're losing a tamer. I mean, not to say that hybrid for game isn't essentially winning you the game. That's why it's done, right? But at least this is an alternative way of doing it, and you don't lose the ability of the tamer being able to gain your memory when you do promote. And this is obviously a deck that's going to want to promote through their eggs, because they're playing 5 of them and they're playing Ukamons. Chikurimon being a Floodgate is good. Chumon, obviously. The Dorumon checking out of security is nice. I mean, this is good. I mean, this is what you expect to see in a Numamon list at this point. The Monzemons from RB1. Venusmon being a really solid level 6 with a really good ability. And then doing a Ruin mode over a Venusmon is disgusting. And then, of course, your Protoform. We've talked about this at length. Protoform, I'm falling in love with Protoform more and more and more because I'm seeing a lot more utility as more X cards come out that don't rely on going up the ladder, up the stack. So I do appreciate Protoform. The original X Antibody does still have its applications, but I really do like Protoform. It does give you that nice layer of protection, being able to go back into security and fetching you a piece from your stack so you could go ahead and rebuild. You know, for an example, right now, Garurumon got a lot of its X pieces hit, especially the purple pieces. So their rookie and their champion were hit. If you Protoform into a Melga deck and you lose your stack, you recover essentially the Protoform from your board into your security, and then you go ahead and pull your one-of back into your hand. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. Looking at these decks here, solid TBL, solid turnout, and moving forward into week 14, again, shout out to Varney for the awesome display that we got earlier. Definitely going to see that on a more consistent basis. But with that being said, we're going to get on out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and we'll see you in the next one.